All right, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so guys, we all know that your girl has been fucking sick. Okay, so I haven't been able to do my weeklies because I was having a lot of problems with the congestion in my throat. I am proud to report for the past 2 days, even though my throat was killing me because it moved from my chest and it moved all the way up here. Your girl's feeling better. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more like myself. Like, I'm good. It's all coming out. Basically, all the phlegm, not to be gross or whatever, but it's all coming out. So basically everything, the steroid, all that stuff, everything's working for it to all come out. So your girl's feeling a lot better. I did have to do a nebulizer treatment this morning, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's what it's there for. I'm an asthmatic. That's what it's there for. So we're good. We're good. Okay. So what I wanted to do is, before I head into work, because I have a little bit of time here, I'm going to talk about Moldavite. Everybody's been asking me to do a Moldavite update. Everybody knows that this ring, I think, was like $300 that I had gotten it. And when I got it, I ended up getting the apartment that I'm in now. So I want to get into it. I definitely want to do an update because what I've noticed in my time working with Moldavite is that what I think people will notice, and maybe it's different for everybody, but I'm just going to basically tell you my experience with Moldavite. When I first started working with Moldavite, it was before I ended up deciding to do this as like my business, right? Like using my gift and then applying that to a business strategy and all that stuff, right? That was the first time that I got Moldavite. And when I first got it, I did feel some sensations with it. I'm not going to lie, like I did feel vibrations with it and stuff like that, but it didn't hit me like it normally hits other people. Like, it didn't make me sick or anything like that. And I truly believe that when it's meant for you to work with it, you're not going to really feel sick. You're going to feel the vibrations from it. You're going to feel the energy from it, but it's not going to make you sick. It gave me like a slight headache, like very, very slight. But that, for me, it just told me that like the energy was working. Like me and the Moldavite were vibing together, right? So when I first got it, there was a big change in my life. I started my business, right? As the year started to go on, what I've noticed is that every time that I get a new Moldavite, every time that I purchase like a new Moldavite, whether it be my ring, my pendant that I've gotten, a Moldavite that my client had gifted me, because I've gone through several Moldavites. I've gone through quite a bit of Moldavites. There was, I think, 2 Moldavites that I ended up selling, which I probably shouldn't have done that, but I don't regret it because I'm going to tell you why. Moldavite, if you're done working with it, you can keep it, you can recharge it, you can use it, if you want like a little bit of energy maybe to get you through your day. But what I will say is that once you purchase a piece of Moldavite, once it does that major change for you, I feel like it's almost like the stone starts to tone down. Does that make sense? And that's what I've noticed in my time with it. Because when I got this ring, the major change that happened was I got my apartment that I have now, okay, that I absolutely am in love with. And there hasn't really been any other major changes that have happened with this. Yes, it gives me energy if I need a boost or whatever. You can cleanse it, like I said, you can charge it with the moon and all this stuff. But I will tell you this, it will not feel the same as when you first purchased it for the major change that needed to happen in your life. That's what I've noticed with working with Moldavite. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you think about it, it's the stone of transformation. It's an energy stone. It's an alien stone, as they call it. It's a stone that's very rare, okay? So once you have that piece of that vibrational energy, it's going to do what it needs to do, right? Like magically for you, but then it's not going to give you that same result. So every time that you want a major change in your life, it's my firm belief that you're going to have to purchase a new piece of Moldavite. It doesn't matter how big or small, because Moldavite it's strong. It's a strong, like, elemental type of stone. Like, it's strong. So it doesn't matter if it's a small piece. It doesn't matter if it's a big piece. I don't believe that a small piece is going to give you small transformation and a big piece is going to give you big. I don't believe that. I believe it's really the intention of the stone that once you can connect with it, it's going to give you that energy and that transformation that you really do truly need. So that's my take on it with working with it. I've been working with it for like, gosh, I want to say almost 5 years, maybe 4 years, 4 or 5 years. It's between 4 and 5 years I've been working with Moldavite. I obviously work with other stones. I love other stones, but whenever I have truly needed a major change or transformation and I feel like I need the help of something to help me push for that transformation, I always buy a piece of Moldavite. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows I'm like I love Moldavite. I've worked with it for years. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I highly recommend it, but only if you're really, truly ready for the transformation. Because if you're not, it's going to make you feel sick. You're going to tell when you're not ready for it, So in your heart and your spirit, you really, truly have to be ready to work with it. You have to be ready for the transformation, because the transformation will come in, and it'll come in quick. Okay? Like, it doesn't let you rest. Like, the Moldavite doesn't ever really, truly let you rest. Whenever you start working with Moldavite, I feel like you always feel the need to want to work with Moldavite. And that's what I've noticed, is that, like, for example, this ring, it did what it needed to do, and then I noticed that the energy started to die down, right? And like I said, if I need a little bit of boost of energy, if I'm feeling tired, then I'll wear my Moldavite, right? Because I have my Moldavite pendant, I have my Moldavite ring. So like on a day where I'm feeling tired, or I feel run down, I feel like I don't have enough of a boost, my Moldavite definitely does kind of help me a little bit along with that, but it's not as strong as when I first purchased it to give me the transformation that I needed. So just make note of that. That's my Moldavite update for now, guys. Like, literally, if you know that there's a certain thing happening in your life that you know you want transformation for, something that you feel like you need a boost, you need a push, right? You need somebody to kind of like push you off the cliff, Moldavite will do that for you. So it's my firm belief, right? Like, let's say, for example, recently I've been thinking about how I want transformation in my business, right? Like, I want my business to grow. I want things to get kind of bigger, greater, reach more people. I've been thinking about Moldavite again. Like, I keep thinking to myself, I think I need a new piece of Moldavite, right? Because a new piece of Moldavite is going to help me along that transition. It's almost like each piece of Moldavite that you have is going to give you a memory of the transformation that it gave you. How poetic and symbolic, right? But that's what it is. This ring will always be associated with the fact that I got my apartment. My first Moldavite that I no longer have, that I sold, right, is always going to be associated with the fact that I started my business. Like, it's always going to be a special memory and a special thing that you share with each particular piece of Moldavite. That's why I say now that all the Moldavite that I have now, I will never sell it, because it's always associated with the special piece of history that I have with it. So if you're looking to work with Moldavite, just know that it's going to be a continuous purchasing of it whenever you feel like you need a different transformation in your life. Okay? So that's my Moldavite update. I love it. Still love working with it. Still working with it. I love it. Highly suggest it, but you have to know when you're ready to work with it, because it is a very, very strong stone. So you definitely do have to be ready to work with it. But I highly recommend it. I love it. I've never regretted it ever a day in my life. And I will continue to work with it always. So hopefully you guys appreciated this Moldavite update, because everybody's been asking me, like, when are you going to do a Moldavite update? When you haven't done one for a long time? Because I'm like, I know, I haven't done one for a long time. And funnily enough, when I did a Moldavite video, I had this shirt on years ago. And look, I'm doing a Moldavite update and I have the shirt on. Hysterical. Talk about symbolism and talk about synchronicities and things. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, that is my Moldavite update. I hope you guys liked it. And let me know, have you worked with Moldavite? Are you thinking about it? If you have any questions, leave a comment. Let me know. Love you guys. Happy Friday.